My dogs. Second YouTube video underway. If you're here, it's probably because you saw that I'm working on a new project. I wanted to show you guys this technique that's super simple, but I feel like it really elevates the way that this piece looks so far. This is just an arm. And look, from far back, you see something's going on. Then as soon as you get closer and closer, more detail comes in, and it's just like, wow. And I love doing pieces like this where like it's, you know, all one color. From afar, it kind of looks cohesive, but the closer you get, the more detail shows, right? And that doesn't mean that you only have to do it with just one color, but this is just what I did for this actual project here. I don't really have a name for what this is, so I'm just gonna call it nanotech stitching, since this is what the concept is based off of, right? Also, don't mind her. I promise I promise I did not set this up. She's just been back here supporting me for quite some time now, so I figured I'd just keep it. But yeah, man, without further ado. Okay, so for materials, you obviously need some fabric. You need this paracord. I got it from Amazon. The link will be in the description. The width I got is 2.5 millimeters, but you can use whatever size you'd like. You also need a needle, thread, and scissors. An optional tool would be a ruler if you want your stitch distance to be super precise, but I just measure with the last digit of my finger because that's 1 inch, which is the distance that you'll have between your stitches. Now for the process, loop your needle with the thread and use a generous amount of thread, and tie a knot at the bottom so the thread won't just go through your fabric. When stitching, you want to stitch around the paracord twice. Listen, y'all, it has to be twice. If you only do it once, the paracord will not stay in place, trust me. You should start from the wrong side of the fabric, pull through the fabric all the way, then go around the paracord and stitch through the fabric, and again pull down all the way. Again, do this twice to keep the paracord in place. You don't have to tie any knots, anything of the sort. Once you go through once and then go through again, it's gonna secure it in place, trust me. Go slowly, guys, it's not a race. I promise you, if you try to speed through this, you'll end up tangling the thread and you have to start that part all over again. Now, the biggest piece of advice I can give you is when it comes to straight areas versus flex points. This here is a flex point, meaning this is where the paracord has to be bent. So instead of using that 1 inch distance between stitches, you have to stitch considerably closer so that the bend actually holds its shape. Looking at the finished product really quickly, you'll see that anywhere that there's a bend, the stitches are a lot closer together. And anywhere that it's straighter, you can allow more space in between. Also, I think it's really important to show you guys what the back of this all looks like. Now, this is the finished one, right? When you're doing these straight stitches, you're gonna see this zigzag, and that's how you know that you've done it correctly. It makes sense, you know, you do the loop, then you go down a little bit, do another loop, go down. Last piece of advice is just plan ahead. I'm using my imagination when I'm making all of these loops and lines, but I know for a fact that I don't want the design to go outside of these guidelines. So as I'm stitching on half, I have to keep in mind where the other side will potentially go, so I actually have a clear path to completion. But yeah, you essentially make it your own. I think this is super dope because it'll never look the same way twice, no matter how you try. I mean, I guess it is possible to make it look the same on each arm or whatever piece you're doing, but it's just so much more effort. And I think that there's actually a lot of beauty in the fact that it doesn't look the same, and it never really should look the same each time you're stitching. But yeah, this is really it. It's pretty easy, right? You just keep stitching, and eventually you get this finished product here. Happy creating, guys. And that's it. Second video done, man. I'm happy, I'm excited. I love the support. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out my other social media platforms if you will. I would love for you guys to see the other creations and see the things that I'm gonna make in the future. The biggest help for me would be you guys commenting things that you wanna learn, or any questions that you have for me. The reason why I'm doing this tutorial is because I feel like it looks really cool, and people also ask me to do other tutorials. So I want to keep the tutorial thing going, but if there's anything that you want to know about me personally, any advice, just ask down below and I would love to address it. Let's keep the YouTube thing going. So thank you guys so much. Peace.